Today we're going to take a quick look into the gradebook. I think a lot of people are a little bit hesitant to go into the gradebook because they're scared they might mess up the course, but maybe if you understand a little bit about how it works, you will feel a little bit more brave and be able to update it. If you go into your Manage Students, you can see all of your columns that you have. You can see some of them have formulas written underneath. These formulas are what allows you to set up the mark for this. So like my term 2 in ELA A10 is made up of a whole bunch of different assignments. Now it looks kind of complicated, and it kind of is, but once you understand the process, it's not that hard to go around. Let's set up a new column. So to do that, we're going to go into Manage Columns. If we go down here and click on Add Column, I'm going to call it Trial Run, and it's going to be a calculated grade because I want to add a formula. I'm going to show you how to make a column that has a formula in it. When you add a column, it usually ends up, or it always ends up, right at the back. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to click on Set Up Column. From here, all the assignments and tests that I have in my course, there'll be a list here. So I don't actually have to write them out by hand. I can just select the ones that I want. Let's say I want the independent novel book review. I'm going to click on Insert, plus a quotations assignment. I'm going to insert that, plus one more, a free verse poetry assignment. You have to use this keyboard or keypad on the screen. You can't use your keyboard because this is how you have to input it. So anything that you do here has to be done on the screen. If I click on Update now, you can see that this is how the formula is. If I want to change something, like this is just numbers thrown together, it doesn't make much sense the way it is. Unfortunately, if I have to add something here, for example, I can't just add it here. What I have to do is kind of start at the back and work my way back. If I press C right now, it's going to delete the whole formula, and you'll have to redo it, which isn't a big deal with this, but if you have a really long formula, it is a big deal. You can click on the CE button, and it'll go back until you can get to the point where you want to add something, and then you have to kind of reinsert everything else. That could be a little bit of there's going to be complications with that if you have a very long formula. Make sure you write it down first if you're nervous about forgetting something. If you change assignments in your course, you will have to go in and modify your gradebook because some grades will still have them in their formula. My term 1, if I want to take a look at the formula, if I would take one of these out of the course that the kids didn't have to do it anymore, this formula wouldn't be correct. The mark would be a little bit off. So you have to make sure that your gradebook gels with what your assignments are and your exams are in your quiz, in your course, sorry. Now if I want to insert the new column that I had just made, trial run, into another formula, all I have to do is, let's say I want to add it to my final grade. I'll look at the formula in here, and depending on what I want to do, let's say I just want to add that mark, that trial run column should end up right here. So anything that I have in that column, the formula that I had made there, the mark that is generated from that column, I can insert into another area. So this may help you formulate in your head if you want to create a new assignment and insert it into a couple of different places. You can do it this way as well. Okay, that should give you just a little bit of an overview of how the gradebook works. If you have any questions, let us know.